What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man, the Trucking Trader, and I am back with another trade breakdown video for you guys. Today we are looking at the Nasdaq, and I just want to go over this trade that's potentially going to play out on the Nasdaq chart. So I'm going to first take you guys to this 1 hour chart. As you guys can see, the Nasdaq has been uptrending, right? It's been uptrending, going up really bullishly. So I always tell you guys, the first thing that I look to do when I'm taking a trade is I always look to find a range, right? A swing high and a swing low. So I'm going to put my Fibonacci from this swing low right here all the way up to this swing high. And that is going to be my range at least until the market breaks either above or below that swing low or swing high, right? So I'm going to put my fib right here from this swing low. Oh, sorry, I thought that was the fib. Get my Fibonacci tool. I'm going to put it on this fib swing low, place it on this swing high just like that. Okay, so as you guys can see, within this little bit of a range, the yellow line represents my 50% level, and everything above that is going to be premium, and everything below that is going to be discount, right? So within this range, we are in a premium zone. You guys can see right here, I have this order block right here marked out on my chart, this 1 hour order block that I am looking for the market to come back into. We have some liquidity resting right here, and we have more, or I'm sorry, actually this liquidity was already taken, so I'm not going to refer to this liquidity right here. I'm going to be looking for this liquidity to be swept or ran out when the market starts to make its move, right? We also have buy side resting above here, where you can see that the market ran up above this buy side and is now going into a fair value gap that I'm going to show you guys on a different time frame. But the last thing I want to point out before I show you guys that fair value gap is notice how on the 1 hour chart, notice how this 1 hour candle, the body of this candle did not close above these wicks, right? So that is also leading me to believe that, you know, this market is going to want to tap into this fair value gap up here and then come back down, right? So I am going to be looking for this 1 hour candle to close almost exactly the same as this candle did. Now the trade is playing out right now. I may have to pause this video so I can take the trade. But I want to show you guys what I'm looking at on the 3-minute chart, right? And if you guys don't use these different time frames, make sure that you are implementing these different time frames, right? So you guys can see there's a fair value gap on the 3-minute time frame, and there's also a order block resting above here, right? So we have this fair value gap, we have this little order block, and that is what I'm looking at right now. The market is already going up into this zone. Notice how, right, it's already getting some type of rejection from this zone already, right? It came up here, it had a little small rejection, but I am looking for it to at least hit the midpoint of this zone. And because the market is so bullish, I wouldn't be surprised if it went a little bit higher than the midpoint and maybe tapped into that order block. And then I'm looking for this market to come back down, right? And this is all happening before the market opened. It's about 7:40 right now. So this trade is almost ready to play out. And the risk to reward for this trade will look something like this. Okay, I'm going to show you guys real quick because I'm trying to actually take this trade myself. All right, so I'm going to be targeting this order block. So that's going to be my take profit. And then my stop loss, just to be safe, I'm going to use the hourly time frame for my stop loss. And okay, let me zoom back up. And I'm going to put my stop loss right at the high of this candle, right? So as you guys can see, this is a pretty decent trade. It's like a good 2.5 to 1 risk to reward ratio, which is not bad at all. And what's even more important than the risk to reward is the narrative. You know, ICT always talks about narrative. He always talks about identifying where the market is going to go based on liquidity and gaps in the market. And that's what I try to teach you guys here as well. Because that's who I learned from, and that's who I started to have success from. That's when I started to have success, is when I started to learn from ICT. So I don't try to come in here and create nothing and reinvent the wheel. I'm just simply teaching you guys how I trade and how what I think is going to be profitable for you to go in there and unlock your funded challenges, or even to just make money on your own personal account. So stay tuned. We are going to be watching how this trade plays out. I'm not going to record the entire trade candle by candle because I do have things to do, but I will give you guys an update on how this trade is playing out. It just tapped into the midpoint of that fair value gap that I was talking about on the 3-minute time frame. I wouldn't be surprised if it wanted to go a little bit higher. We have about 6, 7, or maybe 8 minutes until this candle closes. And what I would like to see is for a quick movement back to the downside, so that the body of this candle do not close above the high of this right, it doesn't close above the wick of this 1 hour candle right here. So that is what I'm looking for right now. I'm going to stay tuned with you guys so we can see how this plays out. This is what you want to eventually learn how to get good at when you're reading price action. All right, we're going to see if the body of this candle closes below the wick of this candle and pretty much the wick of all of these candles, but primarily I'm looking at it closing below this candle, and that's going to give me the confidence to hold my trade for take profit. All right, we're getting a bullish spike. As I anticipated, it may wanted to go up there and hit this order block up here. Could have maybe gotten a more precise entry, but I just wanted to get into the trade. But like I said, I would not be surprised because we are in a really bullish market, that it may want to go up there and hit this order block as well. So let's see how it reacts once it goes up here and hit this order block. It is currently 7:57. We have 3 minutes for this candle to close. I'm looking for a fast movement and price to the downside within the next 3 minutes. So far I did not get that candle close that I wanted, but let's see if we're going to still have a pretty good reaction off of this order block. But that is not the reaction that I wanted. But let's see if price wants to continue to come back to the downside. Like, just imagine if you would have got in right there at that order block. That would have been what I like to call a wick entry. But either way it go, you don't have to always strive for perfection. You just have to manage your risk well. Noticing how, we're starting to see some profits now. You just have to take your time with these trades, y'all, and just manage your risk properly, especially when you're doing a prop firm challenge. But obviously, when you're managing any money, you want to manage your risk well, and just be sure to not risk too much, too much that you can't afford to lose. All right, you guys, so I am here for the update on this trade. I just logged back in to see what was going on. And so as you guys can see right here, the market came up here, swept this liquidity out, and now it's making a run towards this liquidity on the sell side. and I'm looking for it to touch into this 1 hour order block right here. And that is essentially what a sweep of liquidity looks like, right? If we put a line right here on that high, notice how price just barely went above that high, swept that out, and now it's aggressively pushing to the downside to take this liquidity to the downside, you guys. So so far the trade is playing out perfectly. I am up on the day. I was able to already lock in a winning trade. I did get back into the trade as well, and I am still looking for the same push that I was looking for in the beginning of the day. So let's just wait and see how aggressive this market wants to be. We are on a 1 hour time frame. I'm expecting for it to become really aggressive, especially because it is now about 9:50 a.m. Typically, the first 30 minutes of the day, you see a lot of back and forth price action. But I'm still bearish on the short term. I want to see this market go down here and sweep this liquidity. And the liquidity that I'm looking at right here is right here where my blue line is at. And then I'm looking for it to tap into that 1 hour order block right here. And from there, we're going to see if the market wants to continue to push back up, or do it wants to break this swing low and start to trend back down to the downside. So that is what we're looking for. So far so good. I'm already up about 1% on my account so far. And if this trade takes profit, I'll be up another 2%. So I'm just waiting patiently for this thing to play out. It's a lot of back and forth price action. It's respecting that the new day opening gap right now, but I'm still looking for it to just push on through that. All right, you guys, so here's the final update of how everything played out. I did get out the trade a little bit early, mainly because it's very choppy price action today. I did get out right here when price came down to sweep the liquidity. I wanted it to just keep going and go ahead and get into that 1 hour order block, but price action is a bit choppy today. It's been going up and down all day, so I just wanted to just go ahead and lock in my last trade and be done for the day, mainly because I'm on the road right now. I'm trying to go to sleep. I have to literally wake up in like 5 hours to start driving again. And that's the challenge of when you're trying to be a trader and you're doing multiple things. You could be a student, you could be a truck driver, you could be a parent, but yeah, it's a lot harder when you have other things to do. So on my last trade, I'm going to show you guys what I did on my last trade. So as you guys can see, we're on a 30-minute time frame. After price has swept that liquidity up top, it came down here, right? Made a big dramatic move down on a 30-minute time frame, and then, right, this candle right here came up top to hit this order block on a 30-minute time frame. I did not take that trade at first because I wasn't even looking at the 30-minute time frame. But what I did take, right, I took a loss in here, and I posted everything on my community tab for you guys to go check out the trades that I took. But I noticed on the 30-minute time frame, there was a propulsion block right here, right? So you measure out when you're looking at an order block, right, and you're looking at a propulsion block. So essentially what a propulsion block is, it's essentially when the candle goes up to hit into the order block. You see how it made this big wick right here? A propulsion block is when the next candle created goes up and hits the midpoint of this wick and sells off again, right? So that was the last trade that I took that went all the way down, got me right out here on the blue line that I marked out earlier in the video. That was where my liquidity was at. Obviously I wanted to see the market keep going lower, but it's been very choppy all day, a lot of back and forth in the market. So I was just happy with just taking my profit and being able to be done with trading, and also be done with recording, because obviously I'm trying to trade and record for you guys, it's really not that easy to do. So for all of the people that, drop likes on my videos, I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys are like the best. I do not take y'all support for granted. There's another order block right here that the market may want to tap into before it makes its last push, but I am not going to participate in that. I am done for the day. Made about 1.7% on my account. Like I said, I posted my trades on my community tab. If y'all want to see me start posting some of my trades a little bit more on my community tab, let me know. And don't forget, I will be going live soon. As soon as I get my laptop, I will be going live as well. But essentially, you guys, that was the trade breakdown for today. I pretty much used one trade idea to take multiple entries because I was reading price action live. I wasn't able to record everything play by play, minute by minute, because that would have been like a 2-3 hour long video. Because if you guys remember my first trade, I took it like around 8:15, 8:20 a.m. It is now almost 11 a.m. So, it's taking this trade forever to play out, but I definitely do believe that it eventually will go into this order block. I just don't have the patience to sit there and be waiting around all day. So that was the trade breakdown for today, you guys. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of the support, and we will be back with another one. Until the next time, I hope everybody have a great day, and I wish you all the best.